My name is Eden Daniel, and I'm a member of Smith County High School FCCLA. I led our chapter service project this year for an organization called the Emmanuel House. The Emmanuel House is a nonprofit shelter for women. It gives women the opportunity to make a positive change in their lives from abuse, addiction, incarceration, or homelessness. It is an 18-month program giving women the chance to move forward vocationally, educationally, mentally, spiritually, and personally. The Emmanuel House was first founded June 1st, 2006. There was a large need in our community for women who were released from incarceration, removing themselves from abusive relationships, or were homeless to learn life skills. It helped many women become productive members of the community. Unfortunately, it was forced to close its doors in 2017 due to the lack of funding. In 2019, the Emmanuel House reopened but faced several obstacles. The house had sustained damage, and due to county budget cuts, the Emmanuel House lost its largest monthly financial donor. I began to notice Facebook posts from Emmanuel House asking for volunteers willing to clean and work. In October, I began to see posts for donations for women and soon-to-be-born children. Our chapter decided to make the Emmanuel House our service project for the year. I committed to volunteering at least one day a month starting in December. I used the month of October starting the FCCLA planning process. My first step in the planning process was to identify concerns. My main concern for the Emmanuel House was being able to stay open. Other concerns I had were items it was in need of, and our community not being aware of those needs. My community also did not seem to understand what the Emmanuel House did for the women enrolled in the program. I began to set my goals during the planning process. My first goal was to have a collection drive at school for needed items. The items needed were trash bags, paper towels, diapers, deodorant, bathroom cleaners, a bath towel for each of the 11 residents, hand sanitizer, baby spoons, and detergent. My second goal was to help them each month in some capacity. I would make these plans after my first visit to the Emmanuel House. The next step in the planning process was to form a plan. My plan was to have a collection drive from November 25th until December 20th. I would drop off all the items we had collected on December 20th. During that time, I would also find out how our chapter could continue to support them throughout the year. I said I would like to encourage our student body to donate and plan to ask the football team for support as well. We live in a small rural town, and if the football team is behind something, it will more than likely be successful. I did not want our help to end with just one collection item. I then acted, which is the fourth step of the FCCLA planning process. For almost a month, I encouraged my peers and teachers to donate items while also raising awareness for what the Emmanuel House does. On Friday, December 20th, my heart was overwhelmed with the number of donations I'd be dropping off that afternoon. During the delivery, the women helped unload the vehicle and could not believe the number of donations we were receiving. They were kind enough to invite me, our advisor, and my mom into the house. I spent hours speaking with various board members, loving on precious babies, and experiencing a few hours in this very busy household. From that visit, I started planning more things for the women and babies in the Emmanuel House. The director shared with me plans for a fundraiser on January 16th to raise funds lost by budget cuts. It was called the Taste of River City. At this fundraising event, members of the community would purchase a ticket entitling them to a personal soup bowl to sample food and soups provided by local churches and restaurants. There was also a silent auction with various items and opportunities donated by local businesses. I was able to help at this event by holding babies and taking bids from the auction. Then I planned to help them in February with a baby shower. One little known fact about the Emmanuel House is that it encourages mothers to keep their children with them while they work through the program. 2 of the moms were expecting babies 2 days apart. One of the mothers were a recovering addict, and our town's drug support group invited me and various members of the community to help them throw a wonderful baby shower. I chose to purchase a specially designed cake and collect gifts to send on the day of the shower. I was unfortunately unable to attend as this was held during school hours. The last step of the planning process is follow-up. I was recruited by the head of the Emmanuel House Board of Directors, who was impressed with all I had accomplished for them, to be a part of its largest fundraiser, the River City Ball. Members of the community purchase tickets each year. There is a fun theme to the ball. It is held on our town square with live music, delicious gourmet dinners, and dancing. It is the event of the year. Unfortunately, our school shut down for a week in late February for the flu. In early March, we were shut down again for over a week as our town suffered a direct hit from a deadly tornado. Then, the most devastating blow of all. March 13th would be the last day of my freshman year. COVID-19 forced our town to shelter in place for nearly 2 months. Even though the order expired April 30th at midnight, the Emmanuel House is not allowing visitors. I also unfortunately had my 2 original partners who were signed on to be a part of this project both back out. In conclusion, in spite of all the setbacks and heartbreak, I have enjoyed leading this chapter service project for the Emmanuel House. I look forward to continuing to help advocate for them, following through with plans to assist the River City Ball rescheduled for fall 2020 and help as it needs in the future. Thank you for your time.